Hello everyone, welcome to the Dog Pen, your place for Bulldogs fans to talk all things Canterbury-Bankstown. Today's topic is Freddy Lussick to the Dogs. Is it going to happen? Some breaking news came out today on Instagram from Isaac Issa, reporting that he's about to join the Dogs on a 2-year deal. Um, one, do you think this will happen? And two, what is your thoughts on this signing? I'm going to answer both of these questions in this video. So we'll start off with the report. It came from Isaac Issa on Instagram. The headline is Freddy Lussick expected to join the Bulldogs on a 2-year deal. Um, Canterbury have reportedly secured the signature of a Panthers hooker, Freddy Lussick, on a 2-year deal from 2027. The experienced dummy half is viewed as added depth for the Bulldogs' evolving roster. Good move. Um, Good move, question mark. So, on a 2-year deal from 2027, I thought, look, if this is going to happen, I like Isaac, so I think he is pretty informed. I think he has some good information. So, I think he's right. I think this is true. This has been bubbling on for a couple of weeks. There's been reports of this for a while, but apparently it's done now. Apparently he is going to join us on a 2-year deal. Um, Look, we needed this. We needed to sign a dummy half. We needed to sign a hooker because everyone knows Bailey Hayward ain't good enough. You can argue he's probably the worst dummy half in the league. Now, I like Bailey Hayward at lock, but he's not a hooker. He's not a hooker. He's the worst hooker in the league. He was really good at lock last year before he got moved to hooker. Get him back in lock. Honestly, why is James? I have him over James Hammond any fucking day of the week. Move Hayward back to lock over James Hammond, and then get Freddy Lussick in the 9. Now, by the looks of it, he's not joining until next year anyway. I thought maybe he'd be joining now, but it looks like it's not. It's from 2027. So, um, yes, look, Freddy Lussick. What do I think of him? He's still. This is, he's only had a good half a season. Like he's not. It's not like he's been around for ages. So there's not much to go off. He's a good hooker. I like him. I think anything's better than Hayward at the moment, but he's not necessarily one that makes me think he can take us back to top four and fighting for a premiership again. I don't know. I think he's good. I think he's all right. I don't necessarily think he's the top level hooker that we should be going for. Um, I think we should be going for top level players like the Crichton and you know kick out signings that we did in 2023. Uh, these are 2024. Sorry. These are the sort of players we should be going for. And Freddy Lussick isn't one of those. Yes, he's from the Panthers, but he's a backup hooker, and he's done well since he's come in. But yeah, I don't know. I think he's a good player. I think he's a good signing, but he's not necessarily one that fully excites me and I think, oh yeah, he's one of the best hookers in the league. Not yet, anyway. Maybe he can be. I'm not saying he can't be. Hopefully he will be. Hopefully with the Dogs he'll end up being one of the best hookers in the league. But yeah, look, we'll see how it goes. It looks like it's confirmed. Do you believe it? I do believe it. I think it's gonna happen. We still got the rest of the season to worry about. Obviously, 13th ain't good enough. I don't think we're going to make the top 8. And I would have rather him come in now. Because we're still going to have Bailey Hayward playing at 9. Oh, man. I just... Yeah. Well, I said in my latest video, in the match reaction to the Eels game, that things need to change. And this is the first step. We've signed a new 9. Now we need to go sign a new fullback. Get rid of some players. And I think the biggest thing is, I think our forward pack is fine. I think it's our backs. We need a new fullback. We need a new hooker, which it looks like we got. We need. I'd honestly like go with Sherry and get a new centre. I like Sherry. I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's had a very good season. He had the issues at the start of the season, being dropped and all that. I just think I think it's probably time for him to go get a new centre there. And well, if you ask me, I think we should get a new halfback as well, but that's not happening, is it? So yeah, look, I don't think we really need to change anything with props, second rowers, and even our lock. Like we need to get rid of Salmon, but we've got some good locks at the club. We've got Kurt Mann, who is getting old, but he's still a good lock. You've got Bailey Hayward, who I think is a brilliant lock. I think even Tupanoa, Preston, maybe kick out could probably do a half decent job at lock. We've got some good options there, so I think lock is fine. I think second rower is fine. I think our props are fine. It's when you get to the halfback and the centre and the fullback and hooker position, our spine, half of our spine ranks in the bottom three. I was watching the Kennel podcast last night, and they made a good point, Dibbo and Elmo. They said Tracy and Haywood rank in the bottom three for their positions in the entire competition, and it's true. Haywood for me ranks 17th, and Tracy probably is 15th, 14th, something like that. So I like Tracy. I think he's a little bit overhated, but at the moment, current form, he is definitely bottom three in the league. So that's half of our spine already, bottom three in the league, and I don't think Galvin is top half of the league, and I don't think um, Burton is top half of the league. So we don't have a single player in our spine that is top half of the league quality at the moment on current form this season. Things need to change. Things absolutely need to change. So this is a good first step. Freddy Lussick coming in. Let me know, what do you think of him? I think he's a good player. I don't. I think there's maybe better options out there, but he would do. He's better than Haywood, and hopefully this is the first step to a bit of a rebuild this at the end of this season. So let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you want Freddy Lussick? Are you happy with this signing? If you know, if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're posting weekly Bulldogs content. This week, obviously, we got the bye, so we're not going to be doing a match preview. I am going to do an NRL round preview instead. So I'll predict and do a preview for all the games this weekend since we've got the bye. I do want to do another topic video that will probably happen maybe over the weekend. So stay tuned. More content is coming. Thank you for watching. Until the next one, I'm out. Peace.